Listen, we want to know what is really the meaning of the 25th of December because we begin from there.
Okay, thank you again. So let me just give a brief history on what happened before the 25th of December was adopted as the day that we should celebrate the birth of Christ. So in those days, like my pastor's colleague said about the Romans. So the Romans were in the 25th of December were celebrating the birthday of a sun god. They called that sun god Mithras, the day of the sun god. And it was the shortest day. We call it winter solstice because it was the shortest day of the year. That was just 12 hours. And then that day was a big public holiday, So now there is an emperor by name Constantine the Great. Because he was the one, when he came into power, he ascended into power in 306 AD. So when he ascended into power, since Christianity in those days were gaining a lot of grounds, prior to the emperor that came before Constantine, Christians were highly persecuted, really highly persecuted. And the more they persecuted them, the more they were increasing. So when Constantine the Great came into power, so he decided to identify himself with the believers, the Christians. And when he ascended into power, the first thing he did is that he stopped the persecution of the Christians. He stopped the persecution of the Christians. That's the first thing he did. And then secondly, he publicly embraced Christianity. And then thirdly, he declared Christianity an official state religion. That means everybody in the Roman Empire must be a Christian by presidential decree, by the emperor's decree. And then so when he did that, it was a good news because many Christians were no more persecuted. But people did not know the effects on what will happen in the Christian faith by that declaration. So what happened when Constantine did that? There were popular days that the Romans were celebrating. For example, Sunday. Sunday is not the day that according to the Jewish calendar, the last day of the week is Saturday, and that's the Sabbath day. But Sunday was a day that they were also celebrating a sun god, and it was a popular day. So when Constantine declared Christianity the official state religion, the question was, now that we had these popular celebrations like Sunday, like 25th of December, how are we going to do? We cannot just abandon this day. What should we do? So the idea now came that they should Christianize these days. Instead of worshipping the sun god, let's put it Sunday where everybody instead go to church and worship. Remember, everybody has been declared a Christian. So, and then secondly, Christmas Day. So it was a popular day too, shortest day of the year. That was just 12 hours. They call it winter solstice, and that day was free. People were given the permission to celebrate that day the way they feel they should celebrate. There were unrestrained sexual immorality. There was unrestrained drunkenness. There were unrestrained transgender practice. For that 12 hours, we are free to do anything we want to do. And it was characterized by a lot of lighting system. That's people lighted trees and lighted a lot of things. So when Constantine the Great declared Christianity an official state religion, they said, okay, now that this day is a very popular day, what we're going to do is that we're going to decide that this 25th of December should be the day that Christ was born. So that instead of celebrating that birthday of the Mithras, we are now celebrating the birthday of Jesus Christ. So that date like that was adopted by that. Now, although it was adopted, but the spirit behind it is still very strong. That's why I normally tell people that it's not really the birth of Christ that we celebrate. Because you know what? Today, 25th of December, even people who don't even think about Jesus, people who don't even think about, they don't go to church. As we are listening, many people don't go to church. So, but that day they're planning to kill chicken and kill goat and wear a new dress. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, let me say another thing that also came into the church when that declaration was made. Now, in the Roman Empire, when you were a hero, they always make a statue of you, very big statue of you, and put it everywhere in the town. When you were a big emperor that have conquered cities. So now everybody is a Christian in the Roman Empire. So what are we going to do? They say, okay, this is the idea that we should do. We should remove the statues of these great heroes in the Roman Empire and replace it with statues in the Bible. And that is how they started making the statues of Mary, the statues of Jesus, all that statues. They started doing that. Now, because they never wanted to just destroy some of the things that they were practicing before. They said, let's instead Christianize it. Let's give it a Christian context, a name to it. So that is why all these dates came. Sunday is not the day. Sunday is the first day of the week, but not the Sabbath day according to the Bible. It's not the Sabbath day. And do you know what? It doesn't also mean that if you go to church on Sunday, you are wrong, or you go to hell, because many people, they take things to extreme. They explain a lot of things to extreme. And then Christmas Day was the day that they were celebrating the birthday of Mithras, not the day that Christ was really born, but there was a day in this world that Christ was born. And then Easter too was a day that the Romans were celebrating the gods of the harvest, the gods of the harvest, fertility of God. That day too was also Christianized. They gave a Christian context and said, okay, let's bring it to Easter. Now, I'm talking about 360 AD. And we are in the year 2020 something. So this is almost 1,800 years that since then we are practicing. Now, we started going to church on Sunday. We started celebrating the birth of Christ on 25th of December. So we are actually facing 1,800 years of something that have been practiced for years. Yes. Now, many people discovered this truth. So they said that they should not celebrate. There are many believers who thought that. Christians, I'm talking about Christians, born again, who thought that since this day was not the official day that Christ was born, let's shy away from that day. Let's leave it to the world. The reason why I don't stand for that idea, because we are the light of the world. That's what Jesus said. Jesus said that we are the light. We are the one to control this earth. So we cannot allow a day to the devil. Satan did not create anything, so we can't give him a day. Because only that day that we give to the devil, he can cause havoc. And that is why that day, since people don't understand the meaning of that day, they go to the extreme. Honestly, I normally ask, is it the birth of Jesus they are celebrating, that you have to sleep with somebody? I mean, drink, get drunk, do immorality? Is that the birth of Jesus? I'm not sure. Is it the birth of Jesus that you are celebrating, that you must wear a new dress? Is it the birth of Jesus? Is it the birth of Jesus that you are celebrating, that you must? I mean, there are some things that comes into people's mind, and they say that they are celebrating the birth of Christ. No. That is why, the reason why we are on this media, and the reason why we men of God preach, and we love preaching, because we want to help people know the truth. Because it's only the truth that will set people free. We want to sound an alarm all over the world. If truly we are saying that 25th of December, we are giving it to the day that Christ was born, all of us have to press for 1 minute and find out who is Jesus. And how should we celebrate his birth? We have to think about that. But if not, honestly, the world needs to be educated. But shying away from this death, running away and staying at home, believers, no, let's not go outside. It is evil. That is the worst thing that believers can ever do. Instead, we should organize Christmas parties like what we do. Christmas parties.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Apostle. So I wish to know from the men of God,